pretty nice. Again, I'll give you 5 years to stop doing that. That's pretty sweet. Wow. Thank you. Humbled and honored to be back. Grateful. Grateful to be on this side of the grass. What are you grateful for?
Life.
Life? Yeah. Being on this side of the grass. What else? The business, the opportunity. I'm self-employed. When I call in sick, I know I'm lying. I'm the worst boss I ever had. And the best. What else? What are you grateful for?
Family.
Yeah, it's why we do everything, isn't it? It's why you get up early and stay late and invest in yourself. What else? What are you grateful for? Yeah, having coaches and mentors. People who have done what you want to do and been where you want to go. That's the very definition of a mentor. Somebody who's done what you want to do and been where you want to go. What else? Inspiration, we all need it. To breathe life into. That's what to inspire means if you look up the dictionary definition. He breathes life into someone else. So I got to thinking one day, how do you get the most out of gatherings like this? How do you get the very most out of it? And so I sat down and I mind mapped the whole thing. I came up with 10 things. And I'd like to share those 10 things with you. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay. Number 1, take great notes. Yeah, it's not what I say, it's what you hear. Right? The ahas that you get, the insights, the ones that have stars next to them and exclamation points, that's the stuff. Take great notes. And then when you're done with the notes, go back over the notes. Repetition's the mother of skill. It's how we learn everything. It's all about reps. So read it again that night, read it the next morning, read it a week, a month, a quarter, a year from now. After you've read it 7 times, you own it. 7 times. That's true of great books too. Number 2, capture key words in the stories. Every story I tell has a very specific point. It's measured and planned. Now, occasionally I'll tell a story that isn't, but for the most part, every talk I give, I put a fair amount of time into each one. And there's a point, sometimes several points, to the stories that I tell. So capture the key words of the story to remind you of the point. Stories are sticky that way. That's why they're so powerful. They stick. Facts and statistics, not so much. Number 3, get involved, take risks. Hang around afterwards, talk to the speakers. Approach the people that have done what you want to do and been where you want to go. Ask them what books they've read, what seminars they attend. What do they listen to when they're driving around? What podcasts? What Audible for the millennials? Review your notes at spaced intervals. We talked about that. Teach what you learned to 2 people. It's called dual plane learning. When you're forced to teach something, you learn it at a deeper level. The greatest thing you can do is take the notes from today and share it with 2 people that you care about. Preferably family, but not necessarily. Maybe it's your downline. Follow up with the presenter. Send me an email. Call me up. Send me a text. I met Charlie Tremendous Jones because I was listening to one of his audio programs in 1993 and I was laughing so hard I drove off the road. And I called the number on the back of the cassette box, 717. I didn't know it was Pennsylvania and it was 6:30 at night in Seattle on a Thursday. It was 9:30. He said, executive books. I said, I'm looking for a guy named Charlie Jones and I don't know if he's even alive anymore. He said, no, he's still around. I said, well, how do I get a hold of him? He said, well, you're talking to him. I said, well, let me take my foot out of my mouth now that I have athlete's tongue. And that's how we met. Go figure. The guy changed my life. Invest in yourself. How much money do you invest every year in your own personal development? I never hesitate to pay full price for a book. I never hesitate to pay full price for an audio program, for a seminar, for a workshop. Now, I'm blessed in that I get to share the stage with lots of people who are way smarter than me. And over the last 25 years, I've shared the stage with athletes and world-class thinkers, and so I get that stuff for free now, pretty much. But not at the beginning, I didn't. Write action items in your journal. If you don't have a journal, get one. I fill 4 of these up a year. See, journals allow you to get from the day, not just through it. I started keeping a journal when I was an air conditioning technician. I electrocuted myself in the freezer walk-in one day, and I wrote in my journal that night, never want to do this again. Right? The mistakes go in there, the lessons learned go in there, the wins go in there, the ahas, the insights, the to-do lists. Number 10, keep investing in your personal development. Never, ever stop. I read 2 books a week. I don't tell you that to impress you. That's just my discipline. I read 50 pages a day. And that gets me to 2 books a week. Now, some of them are bathroom books. You know, you can read them in 4 sittings if you don't mind your legs going numb. I mean, they're only 90 pages. But I love the Ken Blanchard kind of books, you know. I mean, when I read 1 Minute Manager, I went, I can summarize that book in 1 sentence. Be a good finder. Next book, you know. Yeah, so go figure.